We got more work to do. We got to hold our officials accountable like Martin Luther King did. We got to stop marching and start beating you in court. President Obama has a whistleblower's application exposing the corruption in the courts and the prison industry in Illinois and in Maryland. The same way that he talked about Trayvon Martin, the same way he doing this speech, he gonna have to turn over the evidence exposing the corruption in the courts. Chief Justice Robert has my application. Eric Holder has my application. Alan Locke has my application. Ben Jealous has my application. ACLU has my application. Because like I said, I want Martin Luther King's job. Everybody want to be like Mike? No, I want to be like Martin. I want to pick up the baton. I want to complete his dream. I want to make it a reality about equality in America. And we're going to do it through the courts. We're going to do it through videos and movies. We're going to do it by holding our public officials accountable in 2014. We're going to do it by empowering the people with knowledge and the ability to vote, to boycott, to use the tools that Martin Luther King gave us to make us a better community.
With iron wills and hope in their hearts.
That sense of hopelessness is going to be despaired. It's going to be disclaimed. We're going to start taking steps to get closer to equality in America.
That's the debt that I and millions of Americans owe those maids, those laborers.
President Obama asked for a full investigation in May of 2008. I've been to the Senate, the Congress, and to the President about this. We're going to ring that bell of liberty for all of us, not just us. We're going to have justice in America for all of us.
Japanese Americans who recalled their own internment, those Jewish Americans.
We traded the penitentiary for the plantation and cotton for cocaine, and blacks, poor whites, Hispanics are the new cash crop for the slavery in America.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. On the battlefield of justice,
The war on drugs.
men and women without rank, or wealth, or title, or fame, would liberate us all.
I'm here to try to liberate my people. From Zion to Baltimore, from New York to California. The war on drugs, the prison industry, America's new form of slavery needs to be abolished. We're going to do it through the votes. We're going to do it through marching. And we're going to do it through the office of President Barack Obama, because you have total knowledge of this situation.
Our character, this greatest nation on earth.
We the people gonna make that change. We the people gonna be that change. We the people are that change.
The magnitude of this progress, to suggest, as some sometimes do, that little has changed.
Little has changed, but a big change is coming.
The sacrifice.
We're gonna start holding office and hold our people in office accountable.
Medgar Evers, James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, Michael Schwerner, Martin Luther King Jr., they did not die in vain.
And that's who gave me the strength to do what I do. Those were the drum majors in civil rights, and I'm just picking up the baton.
To suggest that the work of this nation is somehow complete. The arc of the moral universe may bend towards justice, but it doesn't bend on its own. To secure the gains this country has made requires constant vigilance, not complacency. Whether by challenging those who erect new barriers to the vote, or ensuring that the scales of justice work equally for all, and the criminal justice system is not simply a pipeline from underfunded schools to overcrowded jails. It requires vigilance.
And my vigilance is going to be my movie by Rob Fix, Letters to Zion. My vigilance is my community activism, my run for office of lieutenant governor. My vigilance is what it is.
This country has changed too much. People
I want Martin Luther King's job because nobody else applied for it. Nobody else asked for it. And ain't nobody else really built for it. I went to jail to prove a point about your criminal industry, about the prison industry, about the corruption in your court and your politics.
The securing of civil rights, voting rights.
Ex-felons have a right to vote, and we're going to push that issue.
The very significance of these victories may have obscured a second goal of the march.
We're going to march to court.
For the men and women who gathered 50 years ago, we're not there in search of some abstract idea. They're seeking jobs as well as justice.
We want jobs and justice now, the same as what they wanted 50 years ago. So 50 years later, we still in the same rat hole.
For what does it profit a man, Dr. King would ask, to sit at an integrated lunch counter if he can't afford the meal?
Because he's washing the dishes, because he's sweeping the floor.
That one's liberty is linked to one's livelihood. That the pursuit of happiness requires the dignity of work, the skills to find work, decent pay, some measure of material security. This idea was not new.